with a thinking heart and feeling mind. As you begin your journey to find your voice, I thought I would tell you a little bit about my own voyage. I've identified 3 stages. You always have to identify 3 stages. The first stage, I began my internal journey by asking the simplest of questions. Who is the person who wrote this piece and why? Why do I like it? Why not? Through these questions, I've slowly come to discover the composer's voice. Take Johann Sebastian Bach, for example. How come I can play a work by Bach at a friend's wedding and the very same piece at a memorial service, and it's absolutely appropriate for both? How could joy and sorrow fit so well together? I came to realize that Bach achieved a unique and enduring voice because his music constantly reached for the impossible. His cello suites, for example, created a polyphonic sound, many voices, for an instrument designed to play only one voice at a time. A cappella. Within the mathematical structures of his music, Bach describes an objective universe of infinite nuance. Man, of course, plays his part in Bach's cycle of nature, but is not the central figure. The other part of his voice, Bach can demonstrate absolute compassion for the human condition. Each man, each woman, is a microcosm of the whole. By coming to understand the voices of these composers who are so familiar to me, I became an advocate for the worlds their music represented. This advocacy gave me a certain kind of confidence. This confidence took me to the next stage. And that stage was a scary one because it involved exploring musical and artistic traditions that were newer and less familiar and further away from what I knew. I then went on to explore what is possibly the most terrifying realm to a musician who's classically trained and whose work is primarily with text, by which I mean the written note, and that is improvisation. I had a wonderful guide in Bobby McFerrin. He said to me, "Yo-Yo, you don't learn to improvise by practicing more. You have to trust yourself. Know yourself. Be yourself. And above all, don't judge yourself on stage." Which is not what I'm going to do now. As a result of his advice, I was able to take down gradually the invisible barrier between the stage and the audience, and performing became so much freer. It became an interaction, a communication that is shared between composer, performer, and listener. So from this stage, I learned that sometimes the most distant and frightening of experiences, they can open up the greatest possibilities. Finally, the third piece of my journey is more personal. My musical voice would be much diminished today without the love and devotion of a cherished partner and a commitment to the lives around me. As time goes by, the love that is constant and unconditional in this family has made me realize how precious life is. It has given my sound a different core, depth, and vulnerability. I'm happy that my wife, Jill, our children, Nicholas and Emily, can be here today, accompanied by Jill's parents, one of whom, Jack Horner, is a proud Williams graduate. So if I can leave you with just one thought, this is it. Think of your voice as your life, and live your life as your art form. Now, as I send you off on your journey, I hope you know where you're going for lunch. I'd like to play for you an old familiar dance, a jig. In this case, a celebratory jig from Bach's Third Suite.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I now have the honor to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in course. Daniel Joseph Burbach, Jr. Vanessa Lynn Burke. Maxine Andrea Burkett. Kristen Mary Kishore. Benjamin Crawford Tappan. Robert Chang. Jessica Ann Charlin.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts. I welcome you to its privileges and remind you of its responsibilities. Congratulations.
Mr. Sheriff, pray, bring these ceremonies to a close.
God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.